So in Simply Lettering Issue 1, there's a fantastic project showing you how to create a galaxy background with East Indian ink. So I thought I'd have a play and then show you how to create the same sort of background in any colour you have, but using water-based pens. So these are your brush pens that have a water-based ink inside of them. For this project I'm going to use Ecoline, but there's many other pens on the market that are water-based that you can do this with. I am using a watercolour paper, so just be aware that your nib, if you've got something that is very delicate, you could damage your nib, so be very careful about that, using the strokes as gently as possible, or going for a super smooth watercolour paper. So what I'm going to do first of all on my dry watercolour paper is lay down some patches of ink, okay? Now I am just brushing these on quite randomly. I'll just do a few for you so you can see. So lay down that ink quite heavily there. So it's just colouring. This is a great project to get the children involved with as well and have them have a play, and then you can letter over the projects that they've helped you to create. So I'm just overlapping my colours there. So you can see I've brought this pale blue, or this bright blue, over the purple. And then I'm going to add in some additional black as well. Now, a tip I found for you when I produce these galaxy effects is to make sure that your black goes to the very edge of your cardstock. So just making sure that the black is the colour that hits all the edges. That kind of gives it the impression that the space, the galaxy, is extending beyond what we can see and that there's no edge to it. So what I'm going to do now is take a water spritzer. So this has a little bit of water in it. I'm just going to lightly spritz over that. So this is great if you've coloured in your whole sheet and some of it started to dry, so that just loosens it up again. Now I'm going to start with a water brush with clean water in the barrel, and just start with my pale colour, moving that about into the edges of the black, and then the same with the purple as well. You can add additional water if you feel you need to here, and what we're just trying to do is break up any straight lines that you may have and work your way around. So once I've done a patch like so, I like to then move on and do a little bit more, and I'll just show you how I join the two. So a little more colouring over here. You can put your pen into the darker colour ink, it's not a problem, because the amount of ink that's coming through your nib will soon wash away any colour. Because it's all water based, you don't get any staining of the nibs. See there? Just a little bit of a spritz. And the colours almost instantly start to blend together themselves. But again, if you feel you need to help them a little bit to manoeuvre that ink where you want it, maybe you want to bring this black down into the centre of this purple patch a bit more, you can absolutely do that. So don't forget to clean off your brush nib as well before you pack this away, before you've finished. So once you've covered your entire piece, you can dry that. You can see that's a little bit wet at the moment. That will take a few minutes to dry. And then what I like to do is to go in with a paint pen, something like a Posca white paint pen, and just dab some little stars around. Once they've dried, you'll have something that looks a little bit like this. So you've got the blues, the blacks, the purples and the stars all blending together to create a beautiful galaxy ready for you to letter on.